Hi, this is Aaron Linsdow. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Today we're going to talk a little bit about training for the big things. So I just finished a hike up Glory Mountain. It's just over 10,000 feet, like 10,136 or some such thing. I'll put the notes down there so you can find out exactly what it is. And tomorrow I'm going to begin flying to Russia to make an attempt to climb Mount Elbrus, which is the highest peak in Europe. It's 18,300 or somewhere about there. And I've been training the whole summer and late spring through most of summer. And one of the things I learned during polar exploration is that when you're training for things like this and mountain climbing and such, and you can see see if you can see the summit. Yeah, it's right behind me. I came over the top and I came over here because you can see that it's nice and shielded. Right over there, I can hear the roaring wind. It's like, oh, my ears are starting to hurt a little bit, so I got to get some cotton, but I'm gonna make you a little dizzy, sorry. So the summit's up there, and I decided I'd come over and hike over to the edge of the wilderness, the Jedediah Smith Wilderness. That way I get some better audio and have a little more fun. But one of the things about training for these things is you've got to be very consistent. I've made the mistake before of being inconsistent with my training, and boy, oh boy, did I pay the price. But it's not only consistent training, but it's continuous training. So when you're out hiking and you think, oh, I'm going to hike up this mountain and I'm going to really tough it out and push it fast, and you start go, 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 and then, you're like, you're on your hands and knees, or maybe just hands on your knees. And the whole idea is, yeah, I want to push it, but then you got to rest. It's actually much, much better to slow it way down and adjust your speed until you can continuously climb or hike or run at whatever consistent pace you want. Now, of course, sprinters and marathon or racers and all that, yeah, you got a different set of rules. But in general, for not only the experience, oh, hey, check it out, the experience of hiking and climbing mountains, but just about anything else in life, is that consistent application of effort is much more valuable than high bursts of panic speed. Those things, yeah, check that out. The cloud's just about gone. So what I'm talking about here is like when you're working, and I have this problem too. A couple days ago I began packing for my expedition, and usually I will admit that I packed at the last minute, slammed things in, and oh my gosh, I forgot this, and I got to run into town and get stuff and run back, and I'm all stressed, and invariably I catch a cold. Hopefully I don't catch a cold on this trip, we'll see. But the whole theory is that I've been doing a more consistent application of my training when I go hike up Mount Glory or Snow King or the Grand Teton or whatever. I pull back my pace so it seems like turtle slow. I mean, it's just frustrating. Why don't I want to go faster? Well, the reason you don't want to go faster is because you go, 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 and then boom, you fall down and you crash. And you got to rest, and your body burns up and you build up lactic acid in your legs. And then, okay, I feel better, and you start going, but you actually begin burning yourself out. And sorry for the bounciness. And not just physically, but psychologically. And this happens a lot at work too, where I don't know how many places, maybe the altitude's getting to me. Even though I walk slow, I'm still feeling it. But there's places that I worked at a lot of times in engineering. You work hard, you work like a maniac, the next project comes in, you burn yourself out, you work till midnight, the boss sends you an email, how come you didn't work till, like 6 a.m. or something? I've actually received those emails. So if you're a boss, by the way, don't do that. Your people will quit on you. And the pica will get mad at you too. So instead, if you're able to throttle it back and work at a much more consistent pace and not constantly where we go in the fire brigade mode or putting out fires, because people initially, it's exciting, like, oh, yeah. You know, you do that once a year or something, it's not too bad. But you do that more and more consistently, or you plan that you're going to just work like a maniac and push yourself, sooner or later, you will emotionally burn out, or you will physically burn out, or even both. I mean, God forbid, this has actually happened to people. They work so hard. I remember hearing the story of a guy in an office building, and I've heard more than one of these. They're working so hard and pushing it, and the dude literally like... The poor guy literally had a heart attack in the meeting, keeled over, his face, boom, right on the table, and that was it. It was over. It was super sad. And this happened, I guess, in the Midwest. And another guy, same thing, he's walking along. He wasn't the most fit dude, but still, he was pushing it, and he was dedicated and pushing it so hard that he actually burned out, had a coronary, and literally in the hallway, fell down. This was before the defibrillator days, and that poor guy, I mean, he lost his life. So his wife and kids, oh, my husband's bringing home great money, or my wife or spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, they're bringing home great money. But if they push themselves so hard that they physically start to fall apart, they're going to die. Or something really bad's going to happen, or you get distracted and you get in a car wreck. I mean, that's the worst thing. You just don't want to have that happen. So I learned those lessons, and man, I burned myself up super hard working on projects, or I'd have too many things going at once. Like when I tried climbing Denali, was it a couple years ago, I had, what was I working on? Oh yeah, my Eclipse guides, and they were doing super well. Like, man, I gotta train for Denali, but I gotta publish these Eclipse guides and sell them. Huge mistake. We all have this thing called positivity factor. And even though we all think we can do everything, we can't. And I made that mistake. I admit it. I tried to push it too hard. I didn't train nearly well enough, and I was slogging away. Now, granted, the conditions on Denali were pretty bad. I decided to turn back, but in my head, I thought, if I could go home, I could make a couple more sales and keep it going. That was actually a bigger mistake. Instead, I sort of just decided, what? I should just can the expedition this year, work on my book project, make the money from it, and I would have been much happier. But instead, I tried to do too many things at once. I tried to climb up the mountain too fast to try and do too many things. So the key to this experience is make sure if you're you're starting to feel like you're burning up physically, we'll just talk about working out, just pull it back. Don't worry about the ego. You think, oh, I can do it, I'm the strong person. No. Just pull it back, throttle it back, and it might feel like you're going super slow, like, hey, is the turtle passing me? Those slugs look like they're ripping up the dust. It's okay. So you begin working slow, and you say, hey, I feel fine. I don't feel any stress. Let's walk just a little bit faster. So you start walking just a little bit faster, and I'm going to look down so I don't eat it right before an expedition or drop my phone or something silly. Like, hey, I feel pretty good. Well, let's walk a little bit faster than that. All right. Ooh, wait a minute. Not only is there danger I might hurt my knees, but the trail is pretty rocky. And what happens when you jog too fast? You try and film, play on your phone, text, and you're on a rocky trail? That's right. You don't want to slip and slash your knee open. Been there, done that too. So I've made a lot of mistakes. So I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. So when you're doing your physical training and you're doing your preparation, and just like I'm super excited but a little bit nervous to head off on Elbrus, today I thought I'm going to go do my training. I'm just going to drive up to the Teton Pass at 8,000 feet. And I ate my lunch. I thought, I feel pretty good. Let's just hike a little ways up Glory. And I just went super slow, just plod. And I'm like, well, I feel okay. Let's keep plodding. So I keep going, and I'm just like, okay. Oh, I pushed it a little bit. No. Didn't want to burn myself up. I could do it, but I don't want to kill myself right before I got to fly. That's miserable. So instead, I just slowly paced up, and I gave myself the opportunity to say, anytime, Aaron, You don't feel it, just turn around. It's okay. And when I gave myself that option, then the pressure went away. Then I didn't feel so bad, like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta prove something. Like, prove what? Who cares? Nobody cares. So, here I am. So, I'm gonna hike back up there because it's starting to get a little late and chilly and the wind's blowing. It's kind of annoying on the ears, but just want to tell you that whenever you're working out or pushing yourself at work or whatever the challenge is that you're facing, just make sure to pace yourself. Pacing yourself is everything to being able to do sustained effort over a long period of time. It's way more valuable than doing the sprint thing because it's just kind of burns you out. Even though I run my own businesses and I'm a speaker and I get out and market, I burn myself out too. Like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. No. And that moment that happens, dude, computer off. Walk away, go hike, ride bike, eat an apple, walk with your significant other, whatever. Just get out. Don't burn yourself out. All right? Good, the wind died down a bit. So I'll be able to take you over to the summit. Hopefully my battery doesn't die. I don't go through trees here. Oh yeah. People come up here, they hike up to 10,000 feet and then they ski down from Mount Glory. That's the hardcore cool kids. Rather than going to the village or doing Snow King. Here we are. I wish there was a geodetic marker or something up here. But everybody knows these rocks. Wherever they are. Yeah. Consistent application of effort. That's everything. You stand on this rock too. Taking the view here. Unfortunately, it's still smoky. There's a fire over in DuBois, Idaho. It's a shame. Can't even see the Grand. Usually it's peeking up right over there, but no way today. Sun beauty there. Consistent effort. It pays off. Have a good time with whatever your experience is. Pace yourself, and you'll have a much more enjoyable time. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like, comment, or subscribe on this video. Thank you very much.